Right.
Woo! Tutors, thank you. Those of you who watch us all the time, the tutors aren't with us on Tuesdays. This is just a Friday thing, and how wonderful and special and fantastic. I am so thankful for the tutors. Thank you. Y'all bring us a lot of joy, a lot of joy. We appreciate you so much. Thanksgiving isn't just a racist holiday, it's a part of being alive. You can be thankful all the time, not just, for stealing land and stuff. I'm Brooke. I'm the host of Contagious, the Stay Home comedy show. Thank you. We're from the backline in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm the only online show from Omaha, Nebraska. So that's neat. That's cool. And I bring comedians on this show from all over the place. Yeah, we have our first comedian. She's staying up late. She's in India. We were supposed to have someone from New Zealand, but I don't want to spoil it, but he got in an accident, so he's not going to be here. I said, it's okay since you're in the hospital. We'll let you sleep through the night. We have Paula. Paula is in his place. She is wonderful and lovely. You're probably here just to watch her because I love her. And then also Phyllis from Arizona.
Love Phyllis.
Yeah, it's really neat to make comedy now. You don't have to pay for airfare or, like a hotel. I don't even have to feed them. I just put them on a poster and here they are. If you were here Tuesday, my lips are better. Okay, they still look a little big, but they're healing, so I'm not gonna be big lipped Brooke forever. I am gonna get to the jokes though because I'm being timed, and this is a thing. So there's the clock. Oh gosh, already 2 minutes in. Okay. Well, I had a birthday not too long ago. Yeah. Thanks. It was pretty cool. It was a nice birthday, but I don't succumb to Earth time, really. I don't succumb to it. The whole laps around the globe, if you will. I'm more of a Brook time person. There's been rebirths, there's been deaths, there's been resurrections. But like, I'm gonna tell you a story that happened a couple Brooks ago. Okay, like to a Brook from a couple Brooks ago. She was gullible. She believed anything, a little reckless. To put you in her mind, she had just gotten divorced. Yeah, wasn't that happy, all the time. And yeah, claps because although being so sad, I also got to not be tied down to someone who didn't, love me in the way that I needed. So yeah, thank you for clapping for that. That is true. In that mindset though, afterwards, I was still wrapped up in this. Oh gosh, and then I was practicing handstands a lot, doing yoga, really pushing myself to heal, and then I broke my hand. I was roller skating. I was playing tag with 12-year-olds, as people do, and I fell really hard, and I broke like the inner bone in my hand. So yeah, I lost my job That happened after that too. Lost
Oh.
my job. Like, okay, um, okay. So I started looking on Craigslist for work. Seeing what a handless girl could do with things. Stumbled upon a job called assistant to a businessman. Cool, I'll try it. Why not? So I go on an interview, a nice interview at the Starbucks. Seemed legit. He had a briefcase and some paperwork and I didn't have anything else, so I just did stuff like I ran errands. I ran to the Starbucks. I ran shirts to the dry cleaners and back. I kept waiting for the paycheck because he said, it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a real big paycheck. Woo. So it's fine. Just wait. While you're waiting, go pick out yourself a new car. Cool. Any car? Not any car. I want you to pick out a really nice car. Like a really nice car. One that you could drive the boss around in. And I was like, really? Okay. So I test drove an Audi, like a really nice. I drove a couple of them actually. I wanted to find the right one if I was gonna get a free car. I wanted it to be a good one. Um, he even called the guy, and they said they're gonna come pick it up that Saturday. And I was waiting. I was waiting at this First National Bank because he said that they were transferring me my paycheck, and then something happened, so the check didn't come. In the meantime, though, he's like, look for a house. I want to upgrade your house, so look for a house. Luckily, I didn't go check out a bunch of houses. I found one online for $2 million. I was like, that's the house I want. He was meeting with escrow, so they could transfer the funds so they could put down a deposit. And I'm like, well, I need a little bit of a paycheck so I can pay my rent. He's like, don't worry about your rent. He's like, I'll call your landlord. I'll just pay for 6 months of it. I'll pay for 6 months of your rent. I was like, wow, cool. Yeah, sure. Do that. Here's my landlord's number. Then go about my day. And he's like, oh, you're going to have a personal expense account, and I'm going to fly you to Vegas. And this millionaire, he's going to give you this money so you can go shop on the strip. I was like, cool, I want to go shopping on the strip. So I'm Googling what stores are on the strip, I don't know. There were a few red flags, but we'll get to the grand finale. I dropped him off at Starbucks one afternoon. Okay. Later on that day, I get a call from my dad, who got a call from the guy who I took my car in, who I told I was going to get an Audi, who saw the guy on the news. He got picked up at the Starbucks. He got arrested again. He was a multi-felon. He had been in felonies many times. Just a regular scam artist of the 9th degree, a professional one. I don't fall for the non-professional ones. Red flag number 1, his use of the N-word. That was the big red flag. He wanted me to massage his feet a lot and call him daddy. That was probably another red flag. Biggest red flag would be no money. I didn't get paid. No, I didn't get paid at all. That was a big red flag. Anyone else ever fall for a tantric money scheme? The money is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. No, nobody else. It's just good not being there anymore, having a regular job, getting paid for doing Zoom comedy shows. Big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. Little tall tale I made up for you all. We'll get to the comedians, okay? Thank you. All right. Our first comedian of our show today, her name is Manas. Her superpower is being so funny and silly and quirky. She lived in New York for a while. She's cool. She knows people. But I think we're friends. Right now she's staying up late for us. She's in India. So please put your hands together for Manas Raj.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Very happy to be here delivering jokes instead of a baby.
Woo!
So, my husband and I have been married for 8 years, but we are not ready to have kids yet because we are procrastinating. To be fair, though, for like half the time of our marriage, we were not in the same place. I lived in New York and my husband was here in India. How the fuck were we supposed to fuck? That package was not getting delivered in my area code. Even if he had FedExed his little helpers, they wouldn't have gotten past customs or traditions, right? That would be inconceivable. So we were in a long distance marriage for a few years, but we worked at it. We met every 3 months or so, just the amount of time it takes for my hymen to grow back. To keep things interesting, we tried dirty talk as well. Initially, I was really self-conscious of the filthy dialogues with my husband, but I could type it and get Siri to say it. So all of Apple support got to know what I like and how I like it. To make things hotter, I had Siri on a British female setting. Guess what? I've moved back to India and I'm not a British female. So now when we role play, I'm Siri. Add Alexa and we're having a feverish orgy. I think our marriage went through like a sexual reawakening of some sort because of being apart. And in the search to keep the spark alive, the interweb led me to Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle brand Goop and the jade eggs that they sell. Now, a jade egg is this gemstone rock that you're supposed to insert in your vagina, if you have one, to increase sex drive. Bizarre, right? I mean, the only time I would even consider shoving a rock in my vagina would be if it's called Dwayne Johnson. So when I was overseas, whenever I mentioned that I was married, the first question would be, was it an arranged marriage? So I used to answer, did you get pregnant in high school? But no, I met my husband at the office before office romances were inappropriate. He's a nice guy. He was not this lazy supervisor. I was the slutty subordinate. Initially, I liked being in a long distance marriage. I got the entire bed to myself. My apartment was clean and my bathroom was always dry. Eventually, though, I chose a wet bathroom over my dry vagina. I moved back to India in March this year in the thick of COVID. And my husband's a nice guy. He came to pick me up at the airport, and I was seeing him after like 6 months. And I really thought that he may have gotten more handsome. But then I realized half his face was covered by a mask. I turned 33 recently, and my ticking time bomb of a biological clock is starting to make me quite anxious. I feel like by the time I will be emotionally available to have a baby, I physically won't be able to. So now each time I get my period, I'm like, whoop, there goes another egg. I guess Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Ha!
I think I have like 6 eggs left or something. So I'm constantly doing Kegels now so that I can clutch onto them. I think now, till I get pregnant, my life will just be a continuous Kegel. Like my eggs are being held hostage and need to be saved by their spunky friends before the deadline placed by my villainous uterus expires. I mean, I've seen Die Hard. There's likely going to be a bloody ending with a sequel coming out the next year. It's not going to be as good as the original. Uh, no, I mean the child. It's not going to be better than me. So I was considering freezing my leftover egg, for which I'd have to inject myself with hormones. What use is that if I don't even come out as a Marvel character? I can't even get a blood test done without creating a huge scene. Can't deal with a tiny prick. I have no problem marrying a huge one. Surrogacy didn't appeal either because someone else puts in the hard work and I get the literal fruit of their labor. It's like you're this kick-ass action star and then your stunt double gets the Oscar. Now, I was speaking to my mom about my birth story. She told me that when I was born, the umbilical cord was wound around my neck twice. I guess that explains why I'm into light choking. Imagine my child says that. I'd be gagging. My husband to make another depraved baby. What else may I talk about? Recently, my office was having a weight loss challenge. I don't think we've realized, but women are in a weight loss challenge their entire lives. And it had to be a guy, right, who decided that there must be a weight loss challenge. A woman would never think of this at all. A woman would rather want to have a biggest bicep challenge or a correct amount of chest hair challenge.
Nice.
Or you know, just don't be a dick challenge. Even that, men fail that every day, even then. In any case, this weight loss challenge led to some unpleasantness between me and my colleagues. Turns out that I'm sorry for what I said when I'm hangry is now part of my signature. Yeah, so that was a nice group bulimia situation. Recently, I also had somebody who was hitting on me on LinkedIn. I mean, can't blame him. LinkedIn is like corporate Tinder. You do express your openness for different positions. And with your level of experience. And I guess there's some plausible deniability because your marital status or something like that is not written on LinkedIn. Be that as it may, how can anyone end a professional message by saying, look forward to sleeping with you? So I thought that I must recommend LinkedIn to my cousin. She's unmarried and in her 30s. Oh my God. And so now it's become a family activity. She swipes on Tinder, and her parents sit next to her at the dinner table and cross reference the guys she swipes on Tinder with the guys on LinkedIn. It's become an interesting family activity. Every night, parents and daughter are both swiping, as a result of which, my cousin is now going on dates with guys who are in senior managerial positions, but into bondage. What else? I feel like I'll end here.
Woo! Everyone put your hands
Very
together for
nice.
Manal staying up so late so that she can make us laugh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Woo! Woo! You don't have to leave your camera on. You could turn it off and you could just close your eyes and listen. Oh, I'm so glad that you came. That was awesome. Oh, how cool. Okay, our next comedian is from Sedona, Arizona, which is like the other, not even close to where Manaz was. But very, very sunny. Although she looks like she's got a turtleneck on and a long sleeve sweater. So maybe it gets a little cold there too. I'm not sure. She's a lot of fun. I'm excited. Please put your hands together for Phyllis Boren.
I think we already established I'm not 25, but at years I'm only 14. And if you're curious, in real time, I'm the same age as Mick Jagger.
Nice.
No, but before I actually start my routine, I have to tell you something happened to me before the show that just bugged me so much. It just shows how much prejudice there is against older people. I was walking my dog and I heard a woman tell her friend, "Old people have a smell." Huh? Well, sure we do. Mine is beer and marijuana. I'm hoping, is this the Ganji crowd? I hope it's the Ganji crowd because I put the Jew in marijuana.
Nice.
The only thing is my husband won't go shopping with me anymore when I'm stoned because last week we were in Food City and there was a toy exhibit and I grabbed a teddy and I went, "Daddy, please." It did not help that I was sitting inside the shopping cart, you know. But let me tell you where I'm coming from. I'm on the cusp of see-through panties and Depends. And so many women get so uptight about aging, like they'll put anything on their face if they think it'll make them look younger. My girlfriend uses Preparation H around her eyes. Preparation H. What if her date says, "Gee, hon, you look great, but what's that smell?" Wouldn't you feel like an asshole?
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. No, but with me, it's not so much I'm aging as my infrastructure is breaking down. Give you an example. I signed up for Kundalini yoga. Why? Why? I thought it was cunnilingus yoga. You should have seen their faces when I showed up in my crotchless pants. But even worse, no, last month, a good friend, well, a former good friend, invited me to a la-di-da charity event. Well, I'm so fidgety. So he leans over and whispers, "Would you please sit on your hands and stay in your place. But I thought he said, would you please pull down your pants and sit on my face? So I so I did. I'm I'm codependent anyway, but actually I'm not happy with the way my body is changing. For instance, my boobs are sagging. Yeah. My cups runneth over. I used to be a 34B, now I'm a 34 long. I, I've seen guys at the beach with more uplift than me. And when I say my boobs are going south, I'm not talking Miami Beach. No, I'm looking at my watch. Right about now, they're crossing the equator. Not so bad in the winter because they keep my knees warm. Some women can wear like those support bras. I had to get a winch. And yeah, wait till you hear this. Just to make my day complete, this morning I read as a woman ages, her vagina drops. Well, I guess I'll have to date shorter guys now. Anyway, what was I up to? I lost my place for a minute. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't want you guys to get uppity about the changes we go through because gravity is not your friend either. You know what happens to Mr. Testicles when you get older?
Oh, Lord.
Ground ball. Anyway, but it's not all bad news because I did create the signature drink for seniors. It's equal parts vodka and prune juice. It's called the plunger. So, but look, I know most of you girls out there, Brooke is young and beautiful, and you can't relate. I mean, you get up off a chair and everything gets up with you. Bitch, bitch. Okay. You know, I don't know about the other comics, but people always hit me with this. They think if you're a performer, that you're a very confident person. And this is not true. I am so sensitive. If you're rude to me, I get a yeast infection. Okay, I'm going to let my hair down. I'll tell you, I had a yeast infection. Here's what I always do. I call my friends in California because they're into home remedies. So my girlfriend said I should douche with yogurt. Delicious. My other friend said I should douche with buttermilk. And the third one said baking soda. Well, I tried all three. And now I feel like I'm going to give birth to a pound cake. I don't know how that happens anyway, but I have problems with paranoia. Although I'm getting better because you know what I learned? You should always say to somebody, what's wrong? Are you mad at me? And usually they always say, I don't even know you. Are you mad at me? I don't even know you. Something happened. Okay. But listen, I even turned myself into the FBI because I was suspicious of my thoughts. They ordered me to stay 100 yards away from myself. But let me tell you, my biggest challenge is depression. Yep. Last year it got so bad, I tried Suiciders Anonymous. But I don't know. Every time I went, there were less and less people. I belong to other self-help groups. Last week at my Overachievers Anonymous, some guy said I should give him a blowjob. So I vacuumed his entire apartment. No, pet peeve time. I hate the term blowjob. Okay, it's a misnomer. You blow bubbles, not cock. And if you did, you wouldn't get many dates. Listen, demo. Okay, a demo. Anything? I'll give you. I'll give you a better name for it. Hard work. What time is it? I lost. Okay. No, so but a little background about me. I grew up in a typical Jewish family. My grandmother's last words were "take a sweater." And, but I was not raised to be Jewish or Christian. I was raised to be a hypochondriac because in around my house, the only way to get attention was to hemorrhage. That was it. That was it. I mean, I guess I should be proud because my cousin Betty is in the Guinness Book of Records, world's longest running yeast infection. They ran in the family. And my other sister in high school was voted most likely to retain water. And but my aunt woke up one morning with both eyes on one side of her face. The doctor said she was suffering from early cubism. Oh boy, that was and I never missed a chance to see a doctor. Last month I was in LA. I made an appointment for a pap smear. And the doctor offered it to me California style.
What?
It came with a slice of avocado. So as I was leaving, the doctor yells, "Are you a copay?" I said, "No, but I am a codependent." Okay. You know something? Ovulating. Oh, here it comes. How do you like your eggs? Forget it. Now, I had a good education, I think. I think I did. I went to Hebrew Union College, studied comparative suffering. And my first job after college was so great, man. It was a gem. It was in New York at the Jewish Museum. I was in charge of a new exhibit called Famous Foreskins. And man, we had everybody. We had Freud, Einstein, Lenny Bruce. We even had Gershwin's. His looked just like a little G cleft. Anyway, nobody reacted to foreskins. I usually get something there, but in any case, most of my life I've been a nonprofit, not through choice. I mean, I grew up with no money. My mother used to buy groceries at the dollar store. We had these dishes that were heavy on condiments like mustard stew or paprika stir fry. We were so broke, I wore car fresheners. And we had to use corn cobs for dildos. It was a mess. But I just don't have the smarts when it comes to money. Last year I lost all my savings when I deposited them in a sperm bank, and I thought Bitcoins was a new flavor of yogurts. What did I know? Only one, my oldest sister, she managed to break the mold. She was a successful prostitute until she developed lockjaw. Killed her business. So let's see. I wanted to say, you know what I get a big kick out of is the fact that we all come onto the scene so naive, like the sex scene, the dating scene. What do we know? Girls, back me up. Did we have any idea how boring a hand job was?
Oh my God,
No.
we did not.
You age. Hey guys, do us a favor, leave the TV on. And with everything that you know about sex, anything, everything. Did anybody ever mention to bring a towel? No, not once. Now, I learned so much from my Chinese high school boyfriend. Wow, Hong. He was a brilliant student. When he finally located my G spot, he highlighted it.
Nice.
But my big problem has been socially anyway, is I have a problem with commitment. I mean, can you believe I've been divorced twice? I have an ex and a Dos Equis. And my first husband, my starter husband, he was okay, but he died very young. I interrupted him to death, but he had the nerve to call me immature when he was the one who always had my sippy cup. So now my last husband, oh my God, abusive. That's it, abusive. He'd say things like, "Wipe that smile off your face." Like, where the hell else would it be? My ass? And then he'd say over and over, "Your problem. You always overreact." So I shot him.
Whoa.
And I do date younger guys now. Listen, some guy asked me out. I could have been his mother. Maybe I could have been his grandmother. And I wondered, what would it be like to discipline this kid? Go to your room. I'll meet you there in a minute. I'm going to try and wind up now because I'm almost up to 15 minutes. I like to always say a brief word about oral sex, more. And a tip for you ladies to get your partners to give you oral sex, douche with vodka. Okay? Now I look at myself and I say, how much longer do I have? I mean, really, I'm limited, and I'm a big fan of oral sex. So here's what I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going for a tattoo on my labia. Scream out if you don't know what a labia is, okay? Yay! I'm getting a tattoo on my labia, and it's going to say, "Best if eaten by 2020. Thank you very much.
Woo! Well, I hate to spoil it, but 2020 is almost over, so we better get to eating.
I gotta get going.
One more round of applause for Phyllis. That was hilarious. Oh, so many blowjob and hand job and lingus, la menorah, la menage. Anywho, oh, our next comedian, she is from California. Oh gosh, she's fantastic. She is in charge of the Savage Henry. They have open mics. They have writers club. They're a comedy club. They have everything. She's fantastic. I can't wait to listen to her. Everyone, please put your hands together for our favorite, Paula Maddox.
Hey, Paula.
Woo!
Hello, hello. Well, can we give each other a big hand for surviving the pandemic, almost getting through 2020, and on Brooks' mic?
Woo!
On a show, pardon me, on a show. I got nerves because I this is my first show. She's taking my virginity right now, and I'm helping her do it.
Woo!
I'm a wild, wild woman. Yeah, thanks, Brooke, for getting me on, because it was a story, and I don't want to get into that story because people will think I really did put a spell on him to take his spot. So, I know you all can't tell by looking at me that I'm Native American. I'm what's called the incognito engine. We can hide in plain sight. And can I tell you how fucking handy it is here in 2020? Like, oh. Yeah, see, my inner chicken shit is super strong. So whatever I can do to keep my ass safe, like, I'll fucking do it. I will. I think I had a premonition last year before all this started. I was in a gas station way out in the boondocks, in the mountains too. And I think those towns are different. They're not like regular ghettos, they're mountain ghettos. They're different. My cash register lady at this gas station, she looked like she'd had a hard life. And she looked like she was pretty pissed that when she divorced her husband, she was still a sister. You know, like we all suffer, you know. But she was selling these things that I couldn't understand. They were candied crickets on the counter there in these fancy boxes. And I was like, what the hell is up with the candied crickets? Like, that's not normal. And she's like, what's the matter, honey? I said, this is some kind of joke, right? And she's like, no, they're trying to get us to see bugs as food. And I'm like, who's they? Because I always love asking that question nowadays, because you never know what you'll get back. You know, you can get a Q or a maggot. Like, it's just exciting, you know? This says the elites, baby. I was like, oh, okay. You know, but I got to thinking later when I left, you never know where a prophecy's coming from. I mean, look at Trelawney and Harry Potter. That bitch was fucking twacked, but she was spitting the truth. So maybe she was warning me of hard times coming, you know? So I signed up for a farmersonly.com profile because I'll suck a dick before I eat a bug. That's all I know. Yeah, it's crazy times. I'm also a parent. I know you can't tell that by looking at me because trauma's too easy to hide. Just decided. We should just have a like one of those kiosk thingies that just say what's fucking with you today, you know? It's crazy. So because of the pandemic, I am now a teacher. So fucking dumb. So dumb. But I was scared, actually, you guys. The other night I was laying in bed and I was thinking of life and all that, and I realized that I'm running my own reservation boarding school, and those things never work out, you guys. Every state's got one, you know what I mean? It's like, oh. Yeah, my mom's the native one. She's not full-blooded native, but she likes to act like she is. So that's fucking scary. So fucking scary. People are like, what's a native mom like? And I say, well, put all the ethnic moms together and then piss it off. That's a native mom. It's made for an interesting life. My poor white daddy, though, like he hit the lotto and then he didn't, you know, because it's been a hard life, you know. He did that ancestry stuff and come to find out he's got a little native in him too, but it comes from the Trail of Tears, so we don't talk about it anymore, you know. Yeah. I'm a Hupon native from Northern California, and I thank God for where we were living, because by the time the soldiers got to us, they had given themselves PTSD. Dirty bastards. Yeah. So they started marrying us instead of killing us.
Oh.
It's a long-term plan, but it's worked out for me, you know, and I believed the plan so much that I got my own white man, you know, when I was young and dumb and full of bad ideas, you know. So many bad ideas. I think it's 1, 2, 3. It's okay. It's okay. And I do want to ask everybody, how come they don't put pregnancy on the list of STDs?
I know, right?
Why? It may not come from, but it's a derivative of, and people should just be warned, stay the fuck back. Like, really, they're not telling you the truth, you know? Yeah, I think I'm gonna give up my last name too, because I gave up my main name way too early, and my married name fucked everything up, you know? Just go by Paula. Paula. I like to tell people Paula like Abdul, because they can't understand my name on the phone, which hurts my feelings, you know? It does. I get Parla and Tarla and Carla. And so I turn my trauma into sunshine and treasure, and I say Paula like Abdul, because hey, right? That's a pretty good one. Because I ain't gonna say Paula like Poundstone, because she's fucking crazy, you know. And we all know what Paula Jones did. Like, not going there. Yeah. So Paula like Abdul, the bitch is still fucking hustling, man. She's making all kinds of fucking bank. Yeah. Can't stand her songs or shit. But you know, you got to work with what you got, man. Speaking of what I got, I forgot to thank my internet sponsor, everybody. My internet sponsor tonight is my neighbor. And I need to thank him for not knowing that yet, because it would fuck my shit up. So bad. I haven't had internet for a while, really, because I have, I don't date anymore because I just fuck myself financially. You know what I mean? I'm just tired from doing that, because I have like a Ponzi scheme. I realized my finances are a fucking Ponzi scheme. Robbing Paula to pay Paula, and it's exhausting. So hard. But I gotta tell you, as hard as it is on most days, I am really glad that I built my penitentiary the right way. I married my kid's dad, so they weren't bastards. Yeah. I got that one right, man. I see why they get the courts involved though, because bitches be wanting to flee. You know what I mean? Like, the job is so fucking dirty being a parent. Like, why would you do that to yourself? You know? Because it doesn't go on that STD list where you can take antibiotics for it. No, no, no. You're on the lifer list. This shit lasts longer than fucking your life. And honestly, if I can be honest, I don't think those STDs talk back as bad as mine do. So bad, man. But it's all right. I'm making the best of my pandemic times. I find myself doing things I hadn't planned, like I've been binging Metallica on YouTube for 5 months. I love it. Fucking love it. It makes me feel kind of weird though, because the last time I binged them, I was a teen and stuck in the house then too. The only thing that's changed is my overlords, you know? And I fucking downgraded. Can I just give you a comparison? Okay, let me tell you. I'm fat, always been fat because my mama fed me good. And my mama was a good cook, right? They gave me personal space. They gave me time to think about things. They took me to the fucking doctor. Like, I'm fat, you know, it's been, you know, my overlords now, they're moody. They're millennial fucking babies, you know. And when I do my comedy about them in the house, they don't like hearing their dumb shit either. Who knew? Like, you think that's fat? Attach a screaming face to it with fucking foam coming out the corners of the mouth. And imagine a line of them waiting to give you more. Like, fuck. The other saving grace is I know I fucked very well for each one of them. You know, like my domestic products, man, knocked that shit out the park. So much so I broke their dad. I don't know. I don't think I broke him. I know the creator did take him home on leap day, so you know. But it's been kind of beneficial. Can I tell you? I only have to be sad every 4 years, and that's great. It's nice, you know, because death is so hard and it's permanent, and you know, the motherfucker got his sentence commuted, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm here by myself, raising our babies, living that penitentiary life. You know, like my life. It really resembles that Locked Up show. I don't have bars and I can decorate it myself, but my poverty won't let me. So, you know, this is kind of what you get. That's okay. And I'm running my own school, you know. I call it kitchen school just for like a nickname. Kitchen school. That's fucked up. To those of you that don't have kids and haven't had to teach them anything naturally, when my older kids' math was fucked up, I didn't give much of a shit about it, you know, because I wasn't teaching them. That's the teacher's job, right? They want them to know this. Mommy don't need you to math. Like, honey, unless you're adding up the dollars to move out the house. Like, really, on a daily, it's okay, you know? But I'm raising my nieces, and they're 11 and 7, because I will not call them 7 and 11 because they are not convenient. I love them to bits. My heart, like, I am in it till the fucking bitter end. You know what I mean? But fuck. Yeah, it'll be okay. But I have to teach them math, the younger one math. And can I tell you how fucking relieved I am that she learned how to read before she got to me? That's a tender fucking mercy, because I could have almost had to teach her how to fucking read. I'm not dumb. I'm a college graduate. I'm a nurse. I save people's fucking lives. Hopefully not ever put myself in that situation, but I could, you know, like, but now I got a math. And the kids, because they don't get spanked anymore or ever from me, they don't behave like they should. They just don't. And my mom says I should have spanked him because that's why God put the crack in the ass, to absorb the blow. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do things better than my parents, because what did they know? A fucking lot. Like, God, they tried to save me. They did. They did. I can't be mad about it. So yeah, we're doing the math. My one kid's assignment is to roll a dice and to add the number by itself. So if it's 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. Boom. Well, after she takes her whole fucking time to do her assignment, I see that she's got the whole page wrong. And I look at her and I go, oh my God, baby, you have a dumb aunt. Like, what am I getting wrong? Like, am I being pranked? But then my brain registers why she got it wrong. And the 7-year-old multiplied them all correctly. Huh? You don't multiply till you double your own digits. Period. I learned that in parent teacher school. But she's at multiplying them. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? They didn't give me the number to gate in my new teacher handbook. Like, how in the fuck do I get a hold of gate? She's a genius. That's a lot of fucking pressure, you know? Yeah. I'm getting cameras installed too, by the way, because I'm done fucking around with them. If I can't spank them, I'm gonna peer pressure them by seeing themselves. Yeah. I've been threatening it for years, but I'm done threatening it and I'm budgeting for it. Yeah. Yeah. And if it doesn't work, I'll show my parents. And they can spank them because their generation gets to spank kids. So, hey, problem solved. I don't think my kids could take a lick off my mom, you know, because my mom, phew, my mom's so scary. I never told her I got hit by a car twice in my childhood, you know, intentionally. Got away with it, you know? Wow. Yeah, because I would have got my ass kicked again for being in the wrong spot and getting hurt. Like, come on. She, you know, well, she didn't know about him until recently because she wanted to see my sets. And I did that bit and she found out. Oh, fuck. I don't get to see her much because of the pandemic. And when I went over there, she like smacked me coming out the door. I was like, holy shit, what the, you know, and you instantly go back to being a kid again because you're like, you know, you get scared. And she's all those people think I'm a fucking bitch now because you can even tell your mom you got hit by a car. I'm like, Mom, it's humor. Mom, I'm just playing around. They don't think you're a bitch, Mom. Honestly, I think they think you're cool, you know? She's oh, fuck you, she says. Damn, Mom. See, that's native love. It's rough and it's difficult and sometimes it's painful, but at least you're in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's hard. We got some cool things though. We got some cool jewelry, you know, if you guys seen the turquoise and the beading and stuff. And we got hella cool medicine. You know, we got the sage and, you know, you fuckers be fucking with the sage and it's really powerful shit. Like, you have no idea. So I just pray you get the cheap ghetto sage because fuck. But then the pandemic hits and now I'm like, everybody pray. I don't care if you're native or not. Like, get your fucking sage out. Fucking pray to the heavens that we survive this shit because Lord have mercy. I never thought I'd see them thump on white people as hard as they do. They've been nice, peaceful, protesting white people. You know, they come out every decade or so and they put their little foots down and nothing changes, but they keep trying, you know? So we natives are going farther underground. Yeah, but we'll be okay. We'll survive. Plus, the natives are like, did you ever hear of smallpox? Like back then, at least people know you guys are sick. You're not the only ones that are sick, you know, and there's been no strange blankets. We can't even get fucking PPE, you know? So that's crazy. Yeah, I think that's about where I want to leave it for the day because I got a fucking million more things to do. So thank you so much for inviting me. You guys are all great. I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Oh, Paula. Woo! Thank you.
Love you guys.
Oh, one more round of applause for Paula.
Hey.
Yeah, and then Phyllis. And then Nas staying up so late. Oh, and then the tutors.
Tutors.
And then that lovely host. Gosh, what a wonderful show this was. Thank you so much. I'm Brooke Barcel. This was Contagious. Stay home.